కాంతి కంటే వేగవంతమైనది మనిషి ఆలోచనలు. అయితే మన ఆలోచనలకు అంతని స్థాయిలో అనునిత్యం కొత్త పుంతలు తొక్కుతున్న టెక్నాలజీని కాలానుగుణంగా అనుసరించే వారి భవిష్యత్తు మాత్రం ఉజ్వలం అని అనడంలో సందేహం లేదు. నేటి మరియు రేపటి టెక్నాలజీ అంతా ఆర్టిఫిషియల్ ఇంటెలిజెన్స్ అండ్ మెషిన్ లెర్నింగ్ మరియు డేటా సైన్స్ మీదే ఆధారపడి నడుస్తుంది అని ఎంతమందికి తెలుసు? చేబ్రోల్ ఇంజనీరింగ్ కాలేజీలో 2020-21 విద్యా సంవత్సరం నుండి లేటెస్ట్ టెక్నాలజీకి అనుగుణంగా బీటెక్ లో కొత్త కోర్సుని చదువుకునే ఓ అద్భుత అవకాశం. నాక్ అక్రిడేషన్ మరియు 5 పేటెంట్స్ కలిగిన చేబ్రోల్ ఇంజనీరింగ్ కాలేజీలో కంప్యూటర్ సైన్స్ విభాగంలో ఆర్టిఫిషియల్ ఇంటెలిజెన్స్ అండ్ మెషిన్ లెర్నింగ్ లో 120 సీట్లు మరియు డేటా సైన్స్ లో 60 సీట్లు కలవు. కౌన్సిలింగ్ కోడ్ CHBR. నాణ్యమైన ఇంజనీరింగ్ విద్యతో పాటు 100% ఉద్యోగ అవకాశాలు కల్పిస్తున్న ఏకైక విద్యా సంస్థ చేబ్రోల్ ఇంజనీరింగ్ కాలేజ్, చేబ్రోలు, గుంటూరు, ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్.
Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Satellite communication finally. JNTUK final year ACE, Chebrolo Engineering College. As per JNTUK syllabus, satellite communication. So unit number 4, lecture number 43. June 21st. So I wish welcome to for all today online session, satellite communication, multi-beam satellites. So today June 21st. So International Yoga Day. So happy Yoga Day. Multiple beam satellites. Before multiple beam satellites, we completed so in satellite communications, so baseband processing is very important for majority of satellite communications. So by using this baseband processing, so we have various essential applications which are found in this baseband processing technique. So out of them, when within the baseband processing technique, suppose if we use TDMA scheme, so the baseband processing transponder is satellite switching TDMA. Instead of using a single antenna beam to maintain continuous communication with its entire coverage zone, satellite has a number of narrow antenna beams that can be used sequentially to cover over the entire zone. So a narrow antenna beam has higher gain than a broad beam, so which increases satellite EIRP value, and therefore to increase the capacity of downlink and uplink signals, so the received by this satellite which are demodulated. So uplink signals received by the satellite are demodulated to recover the bit streams, which are structured as a sequence of packets and addressed to different receiving earth stations. So the satellites which are created TDMA frames of data so that contain packets to specific earth stations and switches its transmit beam to the direction of the receiving earth stations. So controlling of these TDMA network timing could now be on board satellite rather than master earth stations. So when this type of data in such a system, so these are used for send the packets which contains header as well as the corresponding traffic section. So especially when these VSAT earth stations, so they have to transmit the data to baseband processing satellite. So by using FDMA, so to permit the use of small antenna. So it is difficult to create a VSAT network, and also it has very difficult to create a mesh type VSAT network using SCPC as well as baseband processors. So with this knowledge, when satellite switched TDMA is used, so the transponder must extract the destination information. So and use it to select the correct downlink beam for that packet. So satellite is operating so much like a router in a terrestrial data transmission system. Switched beam operation of a uplink from a small earth station is more difficult to achieve because it requires synchronization of earth station, so that will transmit satellite beam pointing sequence in much the same way so that the TDMA uplink will be operate. So as we know that by using the uplink, we have facility for small bandwidth. So this problem is overcome by the disadvantage that will provide by the TDMA scheme. So we have to maintain proper high burst rate transmission for the requirement. So by using these multiple satellite beams, so when multiple antenna beams are integrated or multiple antenna beams are embedded in the satellite projects, so these multiple frames, multiple beam antennas has a greater advantage and these multiple antenna beams are for to increase the throughput of the particular transponder system. Suppose, for example, to better understanding, consider GEO type satellite, which are specially used for the internet access for the individual users. So by this GEO satellite, so the uplink and downlink bit streams, which are be facilitate approximately 5.5% degree. So from the transponder, so as we know, so the gain and the beam width are represented by the relation. So gain equals to 30,000 or 33,000 divided by product of beam width in degrees. So this limit will be maximum achievable by the satellite antenna, so which has gain approximately 33 decibels. So by this limitation, if the satellite has beam capability, if the satellite has beam capability by the limited gain capacity, if the satellite with the switched beam capability can have much narrow beam which is having higher gain, so satellite with a single fixed beam. So this is the greatest advantage by the single fixed beam and corresponding narrow beam. So sometimes in the practical applications of the antenna system, so smallest gain has reflect on particular criteria of working behavior of the satellite transponders. So we have to improve the gain from lowest to maximum. So to achieve that value, so we have approximately wide diameter antennas are available in latest devices. So the limitation on the gain is that diameter of the antenna. So for this diameter, to attain maximum beam or multiple beam in practical satellite field, so the antenna aperture diameter has 2 to 4 meter range. So therefore, for the downlink frequency, so we have to maintain proper aperture shape of the particular antenna. So for example, here for a satellite 20 gigahertz downlink frequency for a Ka band operation. So the antenna has aperture diameter of 3.5 meter, which has efficiency of 65%. So by using these values, how to evaluate or how to calculate the gain? So gain formula equals to efficiency area divided by pi d by lambda square. So when we use this formula, approximately 55 decibels gain obtained with the 3.5 diameter of particular antenna system. And similarly, bandwidth approximately 0.32 degree. So the corresponding downlink antenna for 30 gigahertz has beam width of 0.32 degree. So this is the conclusion statement with satellite uplink of particular antenna for 30 gigahertz with a beam of 0.32 degree. So for a given f 30 gigahertz diameter 2.86 meter. So beam width of 0.32 degree and a gain of 55.4 decibels. So these values are very important for beam satellite operation, which has gain of 21 dB. So this value is very good and higher than single beam satellite. So therefore uplink or downlink transmit power. So this uplink or downlink data rate, however, the satellite must generate at least 170 beams to cover around the 0.32 beams. So therefore, which is very good for multiple beam antennas for the satellite transponders or applications. So by the application of these multiple beam satellites, so coverage zone or coverage area, so may also sometimes not possible to cover the signals throughout the coverage area uniformly. Why? Because there has differences in the population densities and the frequency of heavy rainfall make it advantageous to provide more system capacity for the metropolitan areas as well as higher link margins to the areas which has more frequent rainfall for some of the majority of the areas in the specific countries. So from the 2018 onwards, when these GEO satellites are in good demand, so phasing array feed system combined with reflectors, which are used to provide multiple beams. So the growth of these optical fiber network, so we have very good knowledge sub areas. So they might have to fix this baseband processing. Why? Because by using this baseband processing, multi-beam data packets must be routed to different antenna beams, which are based upon address of the destination for each station. So the data in each systems, they have always sent the packets which contains header. So this header has some address of originating station, so an address of the destination for each station. So when satellite switching TDMA is used for the transponder links, uplink can operate in a small bandwidth, which overcome the disadvantage of this type of basic TDMA system. So by using this antenna beams, so we have to move for to coverage larger areas with the highest demand for the traffic. So that is the greatest advantage with the multiple beam type satellites. So the growth of the terrestrial and optical fiber network will have a very good high speed access to the internet, where direct access to as ISP is available via optical fiber. So transmission rate is likely to be higher. So with the fiber network spreads through these population areas, so on internet access satellites can concentrate to its service on less well populated rural areas. So by this knowledge, some of the applications require steerable beam antennas, which can allows geographically uh, to cover the capacity of the satellite to be configured throughout this lifetime of the particular antenna field. So these are the greatest advantages provided by multiple beam satellite. So taking attendance, one moment. So by this conclusion, very uh, satellite multiple beam antennas has greatest advantage for making the higher priority for the high speed data rates. So why? Because in our the previous example, we concluded by using the switching type of TDMA, multiple beam antennas are one of the future for most of the Ka band as well as the internet applications. So for such type of applications, the for regularity, so 105 spot beams for links which are be required for the small user terminals. Therefore, 30 gigahertz antennas are required to cover 2.5 diameter and a downlink 3.25 diameter. So therefore, 5 spot beams are required for the links to hub stations. So large antennas are used by the hub stations, which can allow a lower gain of the particular antennas with a broadband or broader beam that be used by the satellite transponders.
మైనవి మనిషి ఆలోచనలు. అయితే మన ఆలోచనలకు అంతని స్థాయిలో అనునిత్యం కొత్త పుంతలు తొక్కుతున్న టెక్నాలజీని కాలానుగుణంగా అనుసరించే వారి భవిష్యత్తు మాత్రం ఉజ్వలం అని అనడంలో సందేహం లేదు. నేటి మరియు రేపటి టెక్నాలజీ అంతా ఆర్టిఫిషియల్ ఇంటెలిజెన్స్ అండ్ మెషిన్ లెర్నింగ్ మరియు డేటా సైన్స్ మీదే ఆధారపడి నడుస్తుంది అని ఎంతమందికి తెలుసు? చేబ్రోల్ ఇంజనీరింగ్ కాలేజీలో 2020-21 విద్యా సంవత్సరం నుండి లేటెస్ట్ టెక్నాలజీకి అనుగుణంగా బీటెక్ లో కొత్త కోర్సుని చదువుకునే ఓ అద్భుత అవకాశం. నాక్ అక్రిడేషన్ మరియు 5 పేటెంట్స్ కలిగిన చేబ్రోల్ ఇంజనీరింగ్ కాలేజీలో కంప్యూటర్ సైన్స్ విభాగంలో ఆర్టిఫిషియల్ ఇంటెలిజెన్స్ అండ్ మెషిన్ లెర్నింగ్ లో 120 సీట్లు కలవు. కౌన్సిలింగ్ కోడ్ CHBR. నాణ్యమైన ఇంజనీరింగ్ విద్యతో పాటు 100% ఉద్యోగ అవకాశాలు కల్పిస్తున్న ఏకైక విద్యా సంస్థ చేబ్రోల్ ఇంజనీరింగ్ కాలేజ్, చేబ్రోలు, గుంటూరు, ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్.
Thank you for all the participants who has actively participated in this session. Thank you for everyone.